Beneath the soft green canopy of the Australian forest, a tiny pink newborn wallaby named Coda struggles desperately against the thick fur of his mother. Fragile and blind, the helpless Joey claws upward inch by inch while cold wind blows through the fur around him. Every movement demands impossible strength from the newborn as gravity threatens to drag him back toward the forest floor below. Panting heavily from exhaustion, little Coda pauses briefly before continuing the dangerous climb toward survival. At last the newborn reaches the dark opening of his mother's pouch and slips safely into its warm protective darkness. Inside the living sanctuary, tiny Coda blindly searches through the darkness until he finally finds rich life-giving milk. Safe from the dangers outside, the newborn nurses peacefully while the sounds of the forest echo softly beyond the pouch. Weeks slowly pass beneath the green Australian wilderness while soft brown fur gradually begins covering Coda's tiny body. Peaceful sunlight filters through the trees while the growing Joey sleeps safely beside the rhythmic heartbeat of his mother. Then one quiet morning little Coda slowly opens his eyes for the very first time inside the dim pouch. Curious and innocent, Coda carefully peeks his tiny furry head out into the bright forest world beyond. Golden sunlight catches the delicate fur upon his face while cool forest wind brushes gently against his whiskers. The Joey watches butterflies flutter gracefully through the glowing green forest canopy above him. Curious eyes scan every leaf and branch while the giant wilderness stretches endlessly around his mother. But hidden within the tall green grass nearby, danger silently approaches. A deadly red-necked snake slithers silently through the bushes with cold predatory eyes fixed directly toward Coda. The serpent coils tightly within the grass while its forked tongue flickers through the humid forest air. Completely unaware of the danger, little Coda stares curiously toward the strange movement hidden beneath the leaves. Suddenly his mother freezes. Muscles tighten instantly while her powerful hind legs prepare to defend the vulnerable Joey inside the pouch. The snake lunges violently toward them through the grass. At the final second, the mother twists sharply and shields tiny Coda completely with her body. Dust explodes beneath her feet as she stomps the earth powerfully forcing the snake backward. The furious serpent hisses aggressively while Coda watches wide-eyed from the safety of the pouch. Then with explosive force the mother launches a devastating backward kick directly beside the predator. The violent impact shakes the forest floor and finally forces the terrified snake to retreat deep into the bushes defeated. Inside the pouch Coda trembles softly but remains completely unharmed beneath his mother's protection. Slowly the brave mother grooms her fur while comforting the frightened Joey beneath the golden evening light. The peaceful forest returns once more as birds sing softly through the trees surrounding them. Time passes across the lush wilderness until adventurous little Coda finally tumbles from the pouch for the very first time. Tiny feet touch the cool green grass while excitement and fear fill the young Joey's eyes. Coda attempts his first awkward hops across the uneven forest floor beneath the warm sunlight. The playful Joey sniffs bright green leaves and nibbles cautiously on fresh grass for the very first time. Standing clumsily upon long hind legs, Coda struggles to balance before tumbling harmlessly into the soft grass. His loving mother gently nudges him with her nose, encouraging the young wallaby to continue exploring. Soon joyful little Coda hops excitedly in circles around her beneath the glowing forest canopy. Then suddenly a giant shadow sweeps silently across the grass above him. Confused and frightened, Coda lifts his head toward the sky just as a massive wedge-tailed eagle locks deadly eyes onto him from high above. The giant predator folds its wings and dives downward at terrifying speed directly toward the exposed Joey. Instantly his mother slams her foot powerfully against the earth, sending warning thumps echoing through the forest. Frozen with fear, Coda crouches low within the tall grass, desperately trying to disappear. The eagle extends enormous razor-sharp talons, preparing to snatch the helpless Joey from the ground. Then heroism explodes across the forest. The fearless mother launches herself directly over little Coda, shielding him completely beneath her body. The predator's deadly talons slash through the air only inches above them, while violent wind flattens the surrounding grass. Frustrated and defeated, the giant eagle screeches angrily before soaring back into the sky. Standing tall upon powerful hind legs, the protective mother guards trembling Coda until the danger finally disappears completely. Shaken but alive, little Coda quickly returns to the warmth and safety of the pouch. Seasons continue passing across the Australian wilderness while Coda slowly transforms into a powerful teenage wallaby. Now larger and faster, teenage Coda effortlessly leaps over giant fallen logs and rocky forest obstacles. The growing wallaby grazes proudly beside his mother while mirroring her movements perfectly across the open fields. Powerful hind legs launch Coda across rocky terrain with breathtaking speed beneath the bright Australian sun. Playfully sparring with other young wallabies, Coda begins learning the strength needed to survive within the wild. One peaceful evening, Coda lowers his head beside a crystal-clear stream hidden deep within the forest. Cool water ripples gently around him while glowing sunset light bathes the surrounding cliffs. But hidden inside the nearby shadows, hungry eyes watch him carefully. A fierce dingo steps silently from the brush and locks directly onto teenage Coda. The young wallaby's ears twitch sharply at the faint sound of cracking twigs behind him. Turning instantly, Coda comes face to face with the predator only meters away. The dingo snarls viciously before exploding forward into a terrifying attack. Coda launches into desperate, powerful hops across the rocky cliffs while the predator chases relentlessly behind him. Dust and loose stones erupt beneath his feet as the deadly pursuit races through the wilderness. The dingo snaps its jaws only inches behind Coda's tail while the frightened wallaby zigzags through narrow boulders trying to survive. With incredible agility, Coda leaps across a massive rocky chasm suspended high above the forest floor. But the relentless dingo clears the same deadly gap and continues the brutal pursuit. Coda scrambles desperately up a steep rocky incline until suddenly he reaches a dead end. Trapped against the towering cliffs, the young wallaby turns slowly toward the approaching predator. The dingo lowers itself into attack position, preparing to finally bring Coda down. Then from above comes thunder. His fearless mother crashes down between Coda and the predator like a guardian spirit of the wilderness. Standing impossibly tall, the protective mother faces the snarling dingo without fear. The predator lunges forward violently. In one explosive movement, the mother unleashes a devastating double foot directly into the charging dingo. The brutal impact launches the predator backward across the rocks while dust explodes through the air. Realizing the battle is hopeless, the wounded dingo retreats quickly into the dark forest defeated. Victorious at last, mother and son stand proudly together atop the rocky cliffs beneath the glowing sunset sky. Time races onward until Coda finally becomes a fully grown powerful wallaby warrior of the Australian wilderness. Massive muscles ripple beneath his thick fur while wisdom and survival burn within his fierce eyes. Adult Coda confidently climbs to the highest rocky peak overlooking the endless green forests below. Strong wind rushes through his fur while glowing sunrise light transforms him into a legendary silhouette against the horizon. With one thunderous stomp of his powerful foot, Coda asserts complete dominance across his territory. The mighty wallaby gazes proudly across the harsh but beautiful land that forged him through endless hardship and survival. No longer the helpless newborn struggling blindly toward his mother's pouch, Coda now stands as a fearless guardian of the Australian wilderness shaped by instinct, endurance, courage, and relentless survival.